I think having a compass is essential. I think I've said this before many times, you've got to follow your gut. You'll understand what's right for you, even though everyone else will tell you, oh, mate, you should go and get a job, just do this and then going back to it, or you can go and earn this money this elsewhere, and your life will be much easier. And I think that decision making to choose against the easy route, is all driven by that compass, by that thing, that burning thing inside you to say, no, this is my path. I'm willing to take the struggle. I'm willing to take the difficulty, knowing that at the end of it, I'm going to become a more complete person. Notice I say nothing about financials there, because I don't believe the startup entrepreneur journey has actually anything to do with finance. If you really stick at it, it's a total evolution of your consciousness as a person. And if you understand that and you use your personal compass to guide you, destined to be more complete at the end of it. I think this actually links to relationships. I was in a relationship for a very long time whilst being involved in a startup. And financially, it was extremely difficult for a long time. And that put a massive strain on that relationship, and even other friendships and everything, but mainly the relationship. And what I think you need to understand is, in a startup world, having a relationship whilst you are on the way up, trying to build what you're building, if that person isn't 100% aligned with your mission, you are actually going to make your journey much more difficult on yourself. I think if you have a great partner that buys into you 100%, then they can be the greatest thing to you achieving your journey. And that means they need to be aligned with you and you need to be aligned with them. But if you're not, it is arguably the worst thing you can do. It will hold you back from achieving your goals. It will take you further away from achieving those goals, and it will make your life more difficult. Pick your partner wisely. Well, I'm here right now, aren't I? So I'm still going, so I'm doing all right. But I've made so many decisions based on intuition. I think some directly looked like they ended up having negative results. And definitively, I made decisions from intuition which made my life far, far, far more difficult. Logically, there were so many more decisions which were easier, which would make my life financially easier, which would make my life and the business potentially grow faster. But all I've learned is from taking my intuition as the forefront of my decision making, using that as the number one tool, I've become a far, far, far more complete person. And because of that, I am a much better founder. I am far more investable in, and I am far, far, far more likely to succeed in achieving whatever that is I go out to do within the business that I'm working on. Oh, this is easy. In the beginning, it starts as money. In the end, money means nothing. It's as simple as that. In the beginning, because of the culture that we live in, we're driven to be an entrepreneur because success is supposedly decided and defined as financial gain, when it completely is not. Success is totally driven by your evolution of consciousness, your evolution of understanding, the journey along the way. And then because of that, you find purpose. And purpose over finance every day of the week. I've learned that staying healthy matters more than you think. I mean, we talk about health in regards to, being fit, but I think what you consume and what you are defies how well you turn up on a day-to-day basis. I know by exercising, eating well, I know that immediately is going to make me more alive. It's going to make my mind awake. I don't have the brain fog. Staying away from alcohol is key. If I drink, I know that my mind is simply not going to be working to the level and capacity it can the next day. So I've taken on a way of life which means I try to be as healthy as possible, consume much less food, practice fasting a lot. I feel that helps. Exercising is key, listening to music, going for long walks, doing my 10,000 steps a day. All of these things contribute to me having the best mindset to execute things as well as possible. Spirituality and religion are completely intertwined and two separate things at the same time. I grew up as a Christian and have those values, or so to speak, and realized over time that I have this belief system which links more to looking inwards, inside myself, rather than outwards towards a God, so to speak. And I find by looking inwards, I have a greater understanding of my consciousness. I have a greater understanding of who I am. I have a greater understanding of what my actions should be. I have a greater understanding of what's going to make me more complete within myself, and therefore that links to being more complete within the business. So even though I start with the foundations of religion, because that's how I was brought up, and I do believe every religious text has value based on the wise people that wrote them, me coming towards spirituality is more looking inwards, understanding myself, and because of understanding myself, I could execute things in a far greater manner, giving me a far better chance of succeeding in the way that I perceive that to be from our business goals.